like I hadn't in algebra 2 since the start of the year. I know the way he tapped his pencil when the thought isn't clear. I know he likes his coffee black and his music way too loud. I can spot his blue flannel in the middle of the crowd. I spent the hours on my hair just to walk past his seat, hoping for a moment where our glances made me. But he was looking at a screen or a girl across the aisle. And I'm just another blurred out face in a single file. And the ghost in the yearbook, a smudge on the glass, a background character in every single class. I've written out 1,000 scripts of how it starts, but I'm just a silent beat in a world of breaking hearts. He doesn't even know my name. He doesn't see the fire. I'm just a flicker in the distance, a wire without a flyer. I built a whole cathedral out of heroes he never said, while he's living in a story where I'm already dead. Let on the whisper in a hurricane, a shadow in the rain, in the sharpest part of the heartache. 'Cause he doesn't even know my name. Today the teacher called on me to read a class at verse, and for a second I felt the gravity reverse. He turned his head a little and I thought this is the one, but he was just checking the clock to see when we'd be done. Then he asked the guy beside me if he had a spare pen, and he looked right through my spirit like I wasn't there again. Maybe I'm a footnote on a page I'll never turn. Maybe I'm a bridge that'll never have to burn me. 'Cause you can't lose someone who doesn't know you exist. You can't be a memory if you're not on the list. He doesn't even know my name. He doesn't see the fire. I'm just a flicker in a distance, a wire without a flyer. I built the whole cathedral of the heroes he never said, while he's living in a story where I'm already dead. I'm a whisper in a hurricane, a shadow in the rain, and the sharpest part of the heartache is he doesn't even know my name. I'm sitting on the edge of a twin-size bed. The teething of the hatch, well, is that whatever said? I see a Polaroid of a child with messy hair, with a haunted look and a vacant stare. She was carried in the water for her house on fire, a designated adult on a barbed wire. I reached back through the years and I took her hand, trying to explain what she couldn't understand. And I'm healing a little me, one memory at a time. So given all the signs from the uphill climb, I'm buying her the toys and I'm letting her cry, telling her the truth about the long ago putting out the embers of the old familiar fires. No more hypervigilance, walking unshared. I'm breaking all the mirrors and I'm breaking all the spells. I told her she's safe and I told her she's good. Exactly the way that a real parent should. You sit on the floor, we cuddle outside the lines. You're claiming the sunshine, I was trapped in the pines. It's the shaky kind of surgery, delicate meant to be the beginning and to be the end. I'm holding the ground that the world forgot, giving all the love that she never got. Yeah, I'm healing a little me, one memory at a time. Forgiving all the silence and the uphill climb. I'm buying her the toys and I'm letting her cry, telling her the truth, all the long through lie. I'm the mother she needed, I'm the friend she lost, lending the spirit no matter the cost. Finally setting the prisoner free. I'm healing a little me. Sweet tight, so right. I'm watching the door. You don't have to worry anymore. Rest now. I got you healing a little me. I'm looking at these palms, they're calloused and they're worn from holding on to pieces that were always being torn. The first time I was grasping at a ghost of teenage pride. The second I was clinging to a promise as it died. But you were the heavy goal, the one I swore I'd keep, the weight that made me feel alive before the fall was steep. Now my fingers are just shaking, reaching out for air, while the ghost of what we could have been is all that's standing there. I've got heavy hands and an empty heart, watching the third forever fall apart. They say the third time is a charm, but it's a heavy iron stone, pulling me down to the bottom, all alone. One was for the lesson, two was for the fear, but three is the weight of every wasted year. I'm tired of the holding, I'm falling apart with these heavy hands and an empty heart. Is there a way to carry love without it turning into late? Without these threefold echoes screaming inside of my head? I've got three different sweaters that I'm folding in the dark, three different ways of failing to protect a dying spark. I gave you all the strength I had, the marrow and the bone. Now I'm just a monument to a love I've never known. The skin is getting thinner, the burden's getting great. I'm just a weary traveler at a third locked gate. Once I thought I was a builder, twice I thought I was a thief, but three times makes me a prisoner to a trinity of grief. The palms are open now, but they're too tight to close. That's just the way the third act goes. They say the third time is a charm, but it's a heavy iron stone, pulling me down to the bottom all alone. One was for the lesson, two was for the fear, but three is the weight of every wasted year. I'm tired of the holding, I'm falling apart with these heavy hands and an empty heart. My arms are so tired, my chest is so hollow. There's no more tomorrow for me to follow. The first one slipped, the second one flew, but the third one was you. Empty heart, 1, 2, 3. I'm staring at the chalkboard, but the words are just a blur. Sitting in the seat where we used to whisper. The hallway feels like miles when I see you walking by. I have to look at my shoes just to keep my vision dry. My backpack's full of books, but that isn't what I'm dragging. It's the ghost of every promise that is slowly, surely sagging. And it's heavy, yeah, it's weighing on my chest like 1,000 midterms in a heart that's failed the test. I'm holding on to air where your hand used to be. Now the gravity of us is just pulling down on me. Why does letting go feel like a debt I can't pay? Cafeteria's a riot, but I'm eating on my own, surrounded by 1,000 kids and feeling all alone. I saw you in the courtyard, you were laughing at your phone. I guess you dropped the weight that I'm carrying like stone. They say that we're too young to feel a burden quite this deep, but it's the last thing that I think of here. I fall into my sleep. If I just sit still, will the pressure start to break? Or is this just the price of every choice we didn't make? I'm tired of the how yous, and everything is fine when I'm buckling beneath this love that's no longer mine. And it's heavy, yeah, it's weighing on my chest like 1,000 midterms and a heart that's failed the test. I'm holding on to air where your hand used to be. Now the gravity of us is just pulling down on me. Why does letting go feel like a debt I can't pay? I'm just trying to carry the heavy through the day. The final bell is ringing, but I'm frozen in the hall, waiting for the sky or for my heart to finally fall. It's so heavy, yeah, it's heavy, and I'm still standing here. looking at a calendar with a decade of holes, the kind of empty spaces that take bites out of souls. I miss the way your voice got deep, the way you hit your stride, while I was busy nursing all this jagged, bitter pride. I have the height requirements and the color of your eyes, but I'm missing every chapter of the hows and the whys. And it's a special kind of hurt in the missing years, a bridge made of salt and a river of tears. I'm a stranger to the history that made you a man, trying to catch a shadow with a broken, open hand. We're standing face to face, but there's a desert in between, filled with all the could-have-beens that we'll never have seen. Yeah, the silence is a weapon and the distance is a blade. In the missing years, it's where the damage was made. Did you think about me when you blew the candles out? Or was I just a memory you learned to live without? I've got 1,000 questions for the boy you used to be, but he's locked behind a door and he's lost the only key. I see the scars upon your knuckles and the wisdom in your stare, and it kills me that the version of me was never even there. You can't rewind the clock to make the playground reappear. You can't shout a sorry loud enough for 10 long years to hear the concrete's already dry, the footprints aren't there, just a heavy, heavy tension in the middle of the It's a special kind of hurt in the missing years, a bridge made of salt and a river of tears. I'm a stranger to the history that made you a man, trying to catch a shadow with a broken, open hand. We're standing face to face, but there's a desert in between, filled with all the could-have-beens that we'll never have seen. Yeah, the silence is a weapon and the distance is a blade. In the missing years, that's where the damage was made. 10 years of winter, 10 years of springs. I'm just now learning the weight that it brings. We're starting at the end, but I miss the start. The missing years, they're tearing me apart. I watch the porch light flicker once and then go dark, just like the pilot light went out inside my heart. You didn't slam it, no, you settled it with care, leaving a silence that feels heavier than air. The keys are on the counter where the mail used to stack. And for the first time I know you aren't coming back. 'Cause there's a different kind of quiet in the hall, a different kind of shadow on the wall. I've heard that sound 1,000 times before, the simple click of wood against the floor. But my world ended when you touched the silver knob and let the hollow silence do its job. I never knew a heart could break in prose the way it did the last time the door closed. Tracing circles in the dust you left behind, searching for reasons I'm never gonna find. The cold rack's missing something, and the air feels cold, like a story that was finished before it was told. I keep waiting for the engine in the drive to tell me that this feeling's not alive. They say that every exit is an entrance somewhere new, but I'm still standing in the hallway waiting here for you. The deadbolt didn't turn, but I'm still locked inside with all the I love yous that didn't have a place to hide. Yeah, there's a different kind of quiet in the hall, a different kind of shadow on the wall. I've heard that sound 1,000 times before, the simple click of wood against the floor. But my world ended when you touched the silver knob and let the hollow silence do its job. I never knew a heart could break in prose the way it did the last time the door closed. The last time the door closed. I didn't even say goodbye, I just watched the handle turn and let the fire burn. Just wood against the floor, nothing more. I used to treat a breakup like a bend inside the road, just a temporary detour, just a heavy passing load. The first one was a tragedy, I thought the world would end. The second was a bitter pill, let's just stay as friends. But I poured my final bottle into the glass you held for me, thinking 3 would be the number that would set the lonely free. Now I'm staring at the ceiling, and the math is feeling cruel, because I'm standing in the wreckage of the third time's a charm rule. And I'm running out of next times, I'm running out of heart. I don't have the strength to find another place to start. They say the luck is coming, that it's right around the bend, but I've reached the final chapter where the happily must end. 1 was a lesson, 2 was a scar, 3 was the crash of my last lucky star. I'm running out of next times, I've gone a bit too far. I'm tired of the coffee dates and the getting to know you phase, of finding new ways to get lost inside the same old maze. I gave you every secret, every piece I managed to save. Now I'm just standing quiet at a third emotional grave. Is there a limit to the mending? Is there a point where it won't stick? Cause the skin is getting thinner and the air is getting thick. I've used up my maybe, and I've used up my one day. Now I'm just watching the last of the light fade away. Once is a mistake that you make when you're young, twice is a song that's already been sung. But three is a pattern, 3 is a wall, 3 is the number that finishes the whole. I'm closing up the shop, I'm turning out the light. I can't survive another starting over tonight. It's right around the bend, but I've reached the final chapter where the happily must end. 1 was a lesson, 2 was a scar, 3 was the crash of my last lucky star. I'm running out of next time, I've gone a bit too far. I'm out of next time, just leave what's left of me. I'm sitting in the bleachers where we used to hide, watching the Friday lights from the darker side. I would've held your hand a little tighter in the hall if I'd seen a shadow starting to fall, lyrics tall. I saw you by your lacquer, just a casual wave. I know when it was the last piece of us I get to save. If I had only known it was our final bell, teachers calling names, but yours is a ghost, the one in this classroom that I'm missing the most. I would've memorized the way you leaned on the desk instead of treating our love like a practice test. I see the empty chair where you used to sit, and I'm struggling to find any meaning in it. Was it the rainy Tuesday? Was it the look in your eye? When did the hello start sounding like goodbye? I trade every end, every trophy I won, to go back to the morning before we were done. The hallway is empty, the janitor's gone, and I'm still here waiting for a brand new dawn. Yeah, if I had only known we were drawing to an end, I never would've let you go back to just a friend, just a friend, just a friend. I'm sitting in the bleachers where we used to hide. The bell rings like a hammer against a hollow chest. I'm leaning on the lockers, trying my best to blend into the beige of these cinder block walls, while the echo of your laughter fills the cafeteria halls. You're wearing his jersey, the one that should have been mine, and I'm just a shadow stepping out of the line. I wrote your name in the stain on the library glass, then watched it disappear as you walked to your class. I'm a ghost in a hoodie, a blur in the frame. You look right through me, you've forgotten my name. I'm shouting in silence, I'm falling apart in a building full of people with a hole in my heart. I'm invisible in the hallway, a ghost in the light, the boy you used to talk to every Saturday night. Now I'm just a face you don't see anymore, a crumpled up note on the classroom floor. You're the sun in the center, I'm the cold out of space, just a stranger with a haunted look on my face. Yeah, I'm screaming I love you, but you're walking away, invisible in the hallway every single day. I sit 3 rows behind you in AP history, but you're focused on the future, and that doesn't include me. I watch the way you tuck your hair behind your ear, the same way you did when you whispered I'm here. Now the only thing left is this hollowed out ache, and a heart that's still beating for a love you didn't take. Maybe if I dropped my books and made a scene, maybe if I wasn't caught somewhere in between the person I was and the nothing I become, would you finally see the damage you've done? I'm invisible in the hallway, a ghost in the light, the boy you used to talk to every Saturday night. Now I'm just a face you don't see anymore, crowd pushes past. I'm the only left. I'm the one who didn't pass, just a ghost in the hallway with you. I'm walking through the rooms where we used to speak, but the floorboards are tired and the hallway is weak. I said I'm home to an empty space, hoping for the ghost of your soft embrace. But the walls are just plaster, the ceiling is gray, and the air tastes like everything you didn't say. Now I'm living in the echo of a goodbye. It's the thunder that rolls in a cloudless sky. It's the sound of the keys hitting the bowl, the hollowest ring in the depths of my soul. You're miles away, but you're still in my ears, ringing through the static of these wasted years. It won't fade out, no matter how I try. I'm just a shadow in the echo of a goodbye. Coffee's getting cold in a cup made for two. Every song on the radio sounds like you. I tried to drown it out with the TV light, but the silence is screaming in the middle of the night. It's the ghost of a laugh, the ghost of a name, a flickering candle that's forgotten the flame. If a heart breaks in a forest and there's no one around, does it make a beautiful, terrible sound, or does it just ripple again and again until the farewell is my only friend? It's still ringing goodbye, like a bell that won't stop swinging. The last word you spoke is the only one I hear. Goodbye, keep it in my ear. Sustained piano, sustained piano. snow is stacking quiet on the driveway we used to shovel. The house feels like a palace that's turned back into a hovel. I pull the dusty boxes from the attic's lonely height, but the star for the top of the tree just doesn't feel as bright. I'm staring at your armchair and the way the fabric wears, fighting with the gravity of a man who isn't there. It's the first of many fatherless holidays to come, where the spirit's gone cold and the carols make me numb. I'm setting one less place, but I'm cooking twice the grief. The calendar is turning like a falling brittle leaf. There's no one at the head of the table to give the grace, just the heavy, holy silence of your empty, hollow space. I bought a gift by habit, then I caught my shaking hand, realizing there's no to or from across this frozen land. I miss the way you'd grumble at the tangled mess of lights, the hero of the winter, the king of Christmas nights. Now I'm the one who's reaching for the fuses and the wire, trying to find the warmth without your hand to build the fire. They say the time's a healer, but tonight it's just the grief, stealing every memory and replacing it with grief. The pine needles are dropping, turning brown upon the floor, like the hope I had of seeing you walk through that front door. It's the weight of these fatherless holidays at hand, trying to find my footing in a house built on the sand. I'm setting one less place, but I'm cooking twice the grief. The calendar is turning like a falling brittle leaf. There's no one at the head of the table to give the grace, just the heavy, holy silence of your empty, hollow space. So I'll pour a glass for you, and I'll watch the embers glow. It's a different kind of life in this lonely winter snow. Happy holidays, Gabe, wherever you are. I'm standing by the lock-up bank as the crowds push through, holding on to words I'm never gonna say to you. You're leaning in close, telling me about your latest crush, and I'm nodding my head through the bitter silent rush. You call me your anchor, you call me your rock, while my heart's breaking down with every tick of the clock. On the shoulder you cry when he treats you bad. The best listener that you've ever had. I'm trapped in the margins, I'm the safety net in a story you haven't even finished yet. I'm dying for a look that means something more than the platonic hello by the classroom door. 'Cause I'm just a friend of you, the one you trust the most. But I'm haunted by the version of me that is just a ghost. I'm the brother, the confidant, the background noise, while you're chasing the fire and the other boys. It's a lonely kind of loyalty, a sweet scented lie, watching the love of my life just walk right by. Yeah, I'm shattering inside while I'm sticking like glue. It's just a friend to you. We sat on the bleachers for hours today, and I almost let the truth slip away. You rested your head on my shoulder for a second or two, and I felt the electricity that he never knew. But then your phone buzzed and you started to smile, and I lost you again for a country mile. Is it better to have you and stay in the dark, or to tell you everything and extinguish the spark? I'm terrified of losing the only piece of you I own. So I'll keep my heart on its lonely throne. 'Cause I'm just a friend of you, the one you trust the most. But I'm haunted by the version of me that is just a ghost. I'm the brother, the confidant, the background noise, while you're chasing the fire and the other boys. It's a lonely kind of loyalty, a sweet scented lie, watching the love of my life just walk right by. Yeah, I'm shattering inside while I'm sticking like glue. It's just a friend to you. Same time, same place. I wear the same mask on my same old face. Just a friend, just a ghost. I love you the most. I'm standing center stage again, but the spotlight's burning cold, reciting lines of stay with me that already feel old. The first time was a tragedy, I cried until I broke. The second was a mystery that vanished like a smoke. But you were the grand finale, the one to stop the show, the anchor in the current that wouldn't let me go. Now I'm looking at the exit signs and the rows of empty seats, while the rhythm of a lonely heart just echoes and repeats. And I'm just a ghost in the rehearsal of a love that didn't last, watching 3 different futures turn into the past. They say the third time is a charm, but it's just a third goodbye. Another script for a lonely man under a heavy sky. 1 for the flicker, 2 for the flame, and 3 for the shadow that doesn't have a name. I'm practicing the silence, I'm learning how to disappear. Just a ghost in the rehearsal for another wasted year. forever as I never meant to be. I've got 3 different costumes that don't fit me anymore. 3 different sets of footprints leading to the door. I gave you the remaining light, the passion and the pride. Now I'm just a hollow shell with nothing left inside. Is it a habit or a curse? A cycle in the blood to keep building up the levee just to drown inside the flood. Once is a lesson that you learn with the sting. Twice is a warning that you don't mean a thing. But three is the limit. 3 is the wall. 3 is the number that makes sense of all. I'm tired of the curtain up, tired of the places please when I'm already shaking on my bruised and weary knees. Yeah, I'm just a ghost in the rehearsal of a love that didn't last. Watching 3 different futures turn into the past. They say the 3rd time is a charm, but it's just a 3rd goodbye. Another script for a lonely man under a heavy sky. 1 for the flicker, 2 for the flame, and 3 for the shadow that doesn't have a name. I'm practicing the silence, I'm learning how to disappear. Just a ghost in the rehearsal for another wasted year. Turn out the lights, the show is done. I'm tired of being the only one. 1 for the sorrow, 2 for the grief, and 3 for the ghost of a beautiful thief. Just a ghost, just a ghost. Janitor's keys are jingling down the hall as the winter sun fades against the trophy wall. And I'm lingering by the entrance, just stalling for time, searching for a reason or a river mid-crime. You've got your coat on and your keys in your hand, and I'm sinking like a footprint in the stadium sand. If you're gonna leave, could you break it to me gently? Don't tell everyone we shared a history. Just a quiet goodbye by the old oak tree where the shadows can hide what's left of me. Don't disappear while I'm still feeling your light. Just ease the pain for one more night. The cafeteria's empty, just the scent of the floor and the echo of the person I'm not anymore. I saw you checking your watch, looking ready to run, like I'm just a chore that you finally done. I'm not asking for forever or a seat at your table, just a little bit of mercy. If you're even able, my skin is chilly and my heart is a bruise. I've got nothing to gain and everything to lose. The parking lot lights are starting to flicker, and the pain in my chest is getting much quicker. So walk to your car, but please don't slam the door. I can't handle the sound of no more. Just fade away softly in the corridor. Haze before you vanish in 1,000 different ways, 1,000 ways. Ooh. still take the long way past the gymnasium floor, just to catch a glimpse of your number on the middle door. The combination is etched into the skin of my palm. Back when this hallway was our only kind of calm, I saw a yellow sticky note peeling off the side, the one where you promised we had nothing left to hide. But the hallways got wider and the lights got too bright, and you turned into a ghost in the middle of the night. Now I'm standing here frozen, just a face in the crowd, while the silence of this locker is screaming out loud. In locker 402, I left my heart on the shelf, right next to the Polaroids of a former self. The scent of your hoodie is starting to fade, just like the beautiful mess that we made. It's a graveyard of letters I never will send, a tiny steel box where the world had to end. Yeah, I'm still holding on to a key that don't fit at locker 402, where we called it quits. I saw you today. You were laughing by the stairs with a brand new smile and a who really cares. You walked right past like I'm part of the wall, like you never caught me every time I would fall. I wanted to reach out to pull you aside and show you the broken pieces I'm trying to hide. Is it empty now? Did you take it all home? Or is there a part of us left there alone? Between the cracked mirror and the old dusty books are the ghosts of our secrets in the way that you look. The scent of your hoodie is starting to fade, just like the beautiful mess that we made. It's a graveyard of letters I never will send, a tiny steel box where the world had to end. Yeah, I'm still holding on to a key that don't fit at locker 402, where we called it quits. Click, the sound of the latch feels like a goodbye. I'm leaving the memories, I'm leaving the light. 402, it's just a cold piece of metal.